right. Here we go. Good morning and welcome everyone to our 2025 swearing-in ceremony. Happy New Year. We start all of our meetings with a Pledge of Allegiance, so if you would please rise and join me. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Well, thank you. I want to say, again, welcome to everyone. Welcome to all the families. Thank you for being here. And congratulations to our local elected officials who were recently elected to serve our community. As I was preparing to welcome you last night, I was reading my copy of Alexis de Tocqueville's Democracy in America. As one does. And I'm sure you all know this, but Alexis de Tocqueville was a French aristocrat who lived in the early 1800s, and he came to America in the 1830s to study our system of government. Now, you're probably thinking, okay, Commissioner Willis, we're here for a swearing in. Why are we talking about a French aristocrat? Well, as you might remember from your history class in high school, France in the 1830s had just been through about 3 decades of political strife and war following the French Revolution, which ended monarchy as the form of government for France that had lasted for nearly 1,000 years. And this guy thought to himself, well, America's been doing self-government for a while. I'm going to come to America and see if I can study American system of government, study the American Republic, and by doing that, it'll help us have a successful French Republic. That was his goal. So he came and did an extensive study of America, and his conclusion is that self-government begins with local government. It begins with successful self-government, successful Republican government begins with local government. And this is what he writes in his first book. He says, local assemblies of citizens constitute the strength of free nations. Town meetings are to liberty what primary schools are to science. They bring it within people's reach. They teach men, and women I would add, how to use and how to enjoy it. A nation may establish a system of free government, but without the spirit of municipal institutions, it cannot have the spirit of liberty. I want to share this with you because today you are at a meeting of your local government. And you are here building up that spirit of liberty that's so important to our country. And in a few minutes, these local officials will step up and they're going to promise to obey. They're going to promise to obey our Constitution and our laws, which if you think about it is a little bit of a strange thing. These people just won the election. They're now in charge, right? They sacrificed a lot to be here. And the first thing they're going to do is not say, I'm so powerful, I'm so important. The first thing they're going to do is say, I'm going to obey. And why is that? This is another quote from de Tocqueville. He says, in the nations in which sovereignty of the people is recognized, each individual obeys the government, not because he's inferior to the authorities which conduct it, or less capable than his neighbor of governing himself, but because he acknowledges the utility of an association with his fellow men, and women, I would add. And because he knows that no such association can exist without a regulating force. If he be subject in all that concerns the mutual relations of citizens, he is free and responsible to God alone for all that concerns himself. So that's why Commissioner Bethel, Sheriff Hunter, Clerk Burgess, and Assessor Rolfing are going to step up here in just a minute and take their oath of allegiance. And I'm so grateful you're here, and I'm so grateful to them. So if you would, please join me in congratulating them and thanking them for keeping the spirit of liberty alive in our community. First up, we have Sheriff Nick Hunter. Sheriff Hunter previously served as a reserve deputy in Marion County. That was his first job, his best job. And then he went to the Independence Police Department, which we do not hold against him. He came back to Marion County in 2008, was a patrol sergeant in 2012, a lieutenant in 2015. He has been a SWAT team member since 2012, and he became the lieutenant in 2015, and then he became the commander in 2016. He holds executive certification from the Oregon Department of Public Safety Standards and Training. Please welcome Sheriff Nick Hunter. Oh, you do for the TV, sorry.
There's no other, that mic is going to capture it.
Good. I, Nicholas Hunter,
I, Nicholas Hunter,
having been duly elected
to
the office of Marion County Sheriff,
the office of Marion County Sheriff,
do solemnly affirm
do solemnly affirm,
that I will support the Constitution,
that I will support the Constitution
of the United States of America,
the United States of America,
the Constitution of the State of Oregon,
the Constitution of the State of Oregon,
and the laws thereof.
and the laws thereof.
I will faithfully and honorably
I will faithfully and honorably
perform the duties of Marion County Sheriff
Marion County Sheriff
to the best of my ability.
to the best of my ability.
You need to sign
It's that easy.
it. All right. Perfect. Thank you. No, that one's yours, Bill. Don't sign it. You gave me yours.
Those are identical.
Oh, they're right. You're right. Go ahead. All right. There we are.
All right, this is actually easier because of the simple fact that there are more people that I have the privilege and honor of sharing the floor with this morning. So no, this won't be a 20-minute diatribe and we won't go off and all that. So first and foremost, there is the most important person in the room that has to be thanked. That is my wife, standing over here. I will tell you, I had absolutely no idea what I signed up for, and she had absolutely no idea of what I was signing her up for this process. But she has absolutely been my rock. Without her in this last year and a half, there is no way I would be standing before you today. There were plenty of nights when I went home and was ready to throw my hands in the air, and she was the one that said, "This is what you're supposed to do, so just keep doing it." And in that very sort of short, very firm way, which tends to be what works better with me. Also in this last year and a half, this family, those that have come out, those that have supported me, those that have helped mentor me through this process that, like I said, going from lieutenant to becoming the sheriff, I had no idea what I was doing, how I was going to do this. And several people in this room literally just said, "Here, pay attention to this, follow this, this is what you need to know, and don't do this, don't do this, don't do this." And so you tend to stick more to the don't do this, but all of the this is what we're going to do, that's what's awesome. And then my folks. All of my folks, and I'll do this the correct way. All of my folks, if you'd all stand up, please. So not only do I have the honor and the privilege of doing this job for 355,000 people of Marion County, I have the honor and the privilege of leading about 400 people that make up your Marion County Sheriff's Office. And I do have the ability, and I get to go around and I get to see how other offices in this state function. And I can tell you that you have an outstanding office that works in this county. And it is not because of what I do. It is not because of, and we'll highlight my undersheriff, raise your hand, because he likes to be the center of attention. I couldn't do this without Jay. What he does every day for me keeps me going, keeps me motivated, keeps us going in the right direction. He does an awesome job. But those folks that stood up, those 400 employees that work for this office, they are the engine behind this ship. And their relentless pursuit of public safety, of livability, and just diligence to do the right thing every day, that's how this office continues to perform. It makes my job easy in some ways, and it makes my job more difficult in some ways, because we set a very high bar for an expectation of the services that we are going to deliver to Marion County, and that is because of those folks. So I am absolutely humbled, I am honored, I am privileged. If I forgot someone, that would be my MO, because somewhere along the way I'll forget someone. But everybody in the room, thank you for being here today. Thank you for supporting me, and here's looking forward to the next 4 years and see what we can do. Thank you.
Thank you, Sheriff Hunter. And I was remiss to not introduce our presiding judge, Tracy Prawl. So if you don't know Judge Prawl, she has served our community as well for a long time. So thank you so much for being here, Judge Prawl. Next, I want to introduce to you our assessor, Tom Rolfing. He previously served as the appraiser for the Marion County Assessor's Office in the 90s for 25 years. He implemented policy that allowed for the property tax reimbursement after the wildfires, which is a really big deal for our community and for recovery in the canyon, and for the property tax reset for primary homeowners who were victims of the fire in 2020 as well. So thank you for your service.
How about that? All right. I, Tom Rolfing,
I, Tom Rolfing,
having been duly elected
having been duly elected
to the office of Marion County Assessor,
to the office of Marion County Assessor,
do solemnly affirm
do solemnly affirm
that I will support the Constitution
that I will support the Constitution
of the United States of America
of the United States of America
and the Constitution
and the Constitution
of the State of
of the
Oregon
State of Oregon
and the laws thereof.
and the laws thereof.
I will faithfully and honorably
I will faithfully and honorably
perform the duties of
perform the duties of
Marion County Assessor
Marion County Assessor
to the best of my ability.
to the very best of my ability.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. I'll keep it short. This is I've been with Marion County now. July 1st was 30 years. So, thank you. And 12 years already as assessor. And I'm about ready to go down to Eugene for an assessors conference, and I'm going to hear the woes of other county assessors. And I am so thankful for how Marion County has been run, the policies of Marion County, the finances of Marion County, and our ability to retain people in my department has been amazing. And we just have the best people, I think, and it's been very much a pleasure to serve the residents of Marion County. So, thank you very much.
Thank you, Tom. I kind of ripped through some of that work he did on the wildfire, but just to clarify the importance of that, I think we're the only assessor's office in the state of Oregon that did that, and it's been a huge help to our to our community up there. And so that's really a credit to Tom and his flexibility, and it wouldn't have happened without him. So thank you, Tom. Okay, next up we have our clerk, Bill Burgess. He was elected first in 2005, which is just a mere 20 years ago. He's done 5 presidential elections, more than 10 midterm elections, and many special elections. Please welcome Bill Burgess.
Sure.
Raise your right hand. I, William J. Burgess,
I, William J. Burgess,
having been duly elected to the office of
have been duly elected to the office of
Marion County Clerk,
Marion County Clerk,
do solemnly affirm
do solemnly affirm
that I will support the Constitution of
That
the
I-
United States of America,
that I will support the Constitution of the United States of America,
the Constitution of the State of Oregon,
the Constitution of the State of Oregon,
and the laws thereof.
and the laws thereof.
I will faithfully and honorably
I will faithfully and honorably
perform the duties of
perform the duties of
Marion County Clerk
Marion County Clerk
to the best of my ability.
to the best of my abilities. Well, thank you all for being here, and I'm glad that Colm started out with de Tocqueville and some of the stories about why government is so important to us. This is an experiment, I guess, that America has been known for and is progressing and pushing forward. I see some people in the room here that have been pushing the ball up the hill here for a number of years, making our world, making our community so much better than it would be otherwise. And that's why we have government to begin now with. That's why we have Marion County government, because we want to make sure that we do everything we can to make things fair for people, give them opportunity, and to make things thrive, make lives thrive here in Oregon. That's all what we're all about. I've been really fortunate to lead an outstanding, committed, determined, and creative people who have worked in our clerk's office over the past 20 years, upholding democracy while administering elections during challenging and even threatening times, and helping honor the right to marry, acknowledging property rights through land recording, and providing for appeals of property record values. And then, of course, a very important part to some geeks like me is protecting the county's land and historical records. We welcome people coming to our office or contacting the Marion County Clerk's office with any concerns they might have, and I look forward to continuing this crucial work for the next 4 years, and I thank you all for your support. This clerk's office would not work in this county without the help of all the other departments within this county. I can think of things like sheriffs and IT, HR, but they're finance, but there's so many things that make it work together. And I can't, I'm excited to be around such a great team. And again, as I look through here in the room, I see a lot of folks that have committed and are making things happen, and we're just going to make it better and better for people, no matter what's thrown at us. And we've had a lot of things thrown at us over the last 4 or 5 years, and I don't know if it's going to get any better, but I do know that through that, we found that we can make it through anything. So thank you all for being here, and I enjoy the fact that I get to serve you a little bit more.
Okay. We had a judge switch, I don't know if you noticed, but Judge Amy Queen actually administered the last oath. And Judge Queen, used to work for Marion County. So that's where all great judges get their start, isn't that right? Next up, we have my colleague, Commissioner Danielle Bethel. She was first elected in 2020, that auspicious year. She became the president of the Association of Oregon Counties in 2024, and she was instrumental in getting House Bill 4002 passed, which recriminalized drugs. She worked hard on the wildfire recovery efforts, including securing $12 million for wildfire recovery projects in the Santiam Canyon. She's an advocate for children and youth issues, housing, public safety, homelessness, and behavioral health. She participates on many boards and commissions, I can attest to this, including the National Association of Counties, the Association of Oregon Counties, the Mid-Willamette Valley Homeless Alliance, and Northwest and Senior and Disability Services. Please join me in welcoming Commissioner Danielle Bethel.
Thank you. Okay. It's my right hand. I know. I, Danielle Bethel, having been duly elected to the office of Marion County Commissioner, having been duly elected to the office of Marion County Commissioner, do solemnly affirm that I will support the Constitution of the United States of America, that I will support the Constitution of the United States of America, the Constitution of the State of Oregon, and the laws thereof. I will faithfully and honorably perform the duties of Marion County Commissioner to the best of my abilities. Thank you. There's no tabs. Thank you so much, Judge Queen. So a couple of years ago, 4 to be exact, I stood in this room and there was like 5 people. They all worked for Marion County and they all had masks on. I tell you what, the last 4 years has moved very quickly, and a lot has been done and a lot has been learned in that period of time. I'm super honored, probably deeply is the better word, honored to be reelected. To not have an opponent in this race to be reelected, it's a pretty big deal in a partisan seat. I'd like to say thanks to my family. All of my girls are here today. I went from 2 girls to 5 girls in just a couple of years. My husband is working as a small business owner should be on Monday morning, and so is my son. The next 4 years are going to be, I think, just as challenging as the last 4. It's no secret that Oregon has a lot going on, and it's probably a secret that counties do the real work in our communities. We have many legislators here today. I want to say thank you to each of you for coming and for the work that you do in the legislature. And I want to warn you that in just a few short days, when you take your oath in office, that these commissioners, the 3 of us, are going to be very diligent and very present in the Capitol. Marion County has a lot of crisis among us. Behavioral health is the biggest one, in my opinion. We hear about public safety all the time. Our officers can't do their job to the best of their ability because their hands are tied because of laws that Oregon legislature has created. And the oath I just took is also a promise to my neighbors that I'm going to work really hard to undo some of those laws and to create some new ones that help our most vulnerable and our most sick get the resources and services that they deserve. This job is really important to me, and the service that the commissioners and I provide is really important to you. So thank you for the opportunity to continue to provide this service, and I invite every one of you and those watching online to engage with us. If you don't like what we're saying, tell us why, and if you don't understand what we're doing, show up. Thank you.
Thank you all again. And just a matter of procedure, I'll be sealing each one of these now that they're signed, and then We will take, the candidate or the office holder will be able to take one with them. The other one is going to go into our permanent archives. We wanted to make sure that the judges could get out of here fast, so we're going to do that during the reception. Just make sure that everyone that you pick up your form. If not, I'll come deliver it to you. Thank you.
What a great day. I want to do one thing before I say my closing remarks. If you're an elected official who was not sworn in today, would you please stand up so we can recognize you? All right. I see many faces that are familiar to all of us. And it's an honor to be an elected official. I will never deny that. To serve in the legislature for 9.5 years and now 10.5 years here at the Board of Commissioners, it's an honor. But I think one thing I want to really share, I'll never forget the day that I came here 10.5 years ago, and I walked into the office upstairs, put my things away before I came down here, and here was John Latimer vacuuming the floors. And I say that because it is kind of funny. But there's several of you in here that I've done ride-alongs with. I know that there's a Lieutenant Hayden back there that thought I was I'm not going to use the words he said that I was the first time I did a ride-along with, at that time, Sergeant Burnham. But it's an honor to be able to be out there with you, those that are doing the work, and to see how hard it is at times and the tools that you need to do your jobs. And I think as a county commissioner, as a district attorney, as whoever you are as an elected official, we can't thank the people that work in our offices and do the work every day enough. So the last thing I will say, I came to the office, I guess it was Monday, and the last thing I wanted to do was check a bunch of emails that have been sitting in my in-basket for 2 weeks or a week and a half because I've been out and about. So I just wandered around. I just wandered through the offices and spent probably 45 minutes, Tom, in your office. You were on vacation, I don't know. And there was 4 people standing in the back of your place, and they were the guys that I found out that took care of making sure our servers stayed going. And I said, did you have a good holiday? And the one guy said, I had the best holiday. I said, why? And he said, because I just found out I was going to have a baby boy. And I thought, wow, this is what Marion County is about, is we are a family. And those of you that were sworn in today and those of you that serve every day, I just want to thank you for being part of the Marion County family. It is a great place. And as our mission statement says, if I can remember this, we are here to promote, protect, and enhance the quality of life for every individual in Marion County. Just remember that as we get up every day to go to work, whatever our job is, how do we relate to the individuals that live in Marion County, and how do we promote, protect, and enhance their quality of life? Thank you for being here. Thank you for honoring these people that worked really hard over the last year, 2, 3 to get elected, and have done a lot more than that to be here today. Those of you that are here serving with me and with us, thank you very much for being here. Please stay after. We've got some cake to celebrate with. And with that, we're going to go out and make Marion County an even better place than it is today in 2025. Thank you for being here.